Hello, guys, and welcome to the Kiosk. I'm your host, Geraldine Nunez, and today our guest is Lisa Sheridan, who is the founder and editor in chief of the Kiosk. If you guys don't know, the Kiosk is our multimedia news site for the school, managed and created by students like ourselves. So, hi, Lisa, how are you?
Hi, Geraldine. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for doing this with me. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, other than being the founder of the news site?
Sure. I am a rising senior at SPS, and my major is communications and media.
Awesome.
I am a fashion designer by day, and I'm a single mom. And I love working with various platforms and media, and that's why I got the idea to start the kiosk.
Oh, okay, so that's where your idea came from.
Yes, essentially. I applied for a fellowship last year and I got waitlisted. And I was trying to think of how could I seal the deal?
Yeah.
And so I noticed that we didn't have a newspaper or any form of communications for students. And I thought there was a way to kill two birds with one stone. I could close the deal on the fellowship and provide a service to students that was needed.
That's awesome. I think it's a great idea. So thank you.
Thank you.
So the name, the kiosk, where does that come from? Like, did you come up with the name or?
It was a group decision.
Okay.
We kind of brainstormed on various names. The kiosk was the one that our group narrowed down on. We have a group of editors. There's about 6 of us.
Okay.
And the kiosk seemed the most appropriate because traditionally a kiosk is where you go to buy a newspaper.
Yeah.
But now kiosks are information centers throughout the city, both on the street, in the subway. And I like the idea that it combines information and technology, which is where we want to live.
Awesome. It's a great name, so it goes hand in hand. So what were some of the hardest things about developing a news site for the school, and how did you overcome those hurdles?
They're still in process. The hardest part is getting things purchased through CUNY. It's a really slow process. The second hardest was, getting the funding together. But once I got a formal enough proposal, I got people that were very much behind the project and were super helpful. The Student Association from SPS has been very supportive. That's your student activity fees, hard at work. And then the USS, which is the CUNY-wide Student Senate, also gave us some pretty big funding. We've had good support from CUNY School of Journalism, so a big shout out to CUNY-J.
Awesome.
And now we're just waiting to get the technology, the platforms, the software, the domain, and that's been a little bit slow, and that's been kind of frustrating. But we plan to launch by this fall semester, and so I'm really excited to finally get things going because it's been a year-long process.
It's been a long process, but we're almost there. So what did you find the most enjoyable?
First of all, the people like you who are working on the project. I love the energy that everybody brings and the enthusiasm.
Yes.
It's been really great collaborating with Marissa Jobs, who is
great.
From marketing. She's been super supportive. Anthony Sweeney has been great.
Yeah.
All the faculty of SPS has been super supportive. So what the best part has been how enthusiastic everybody is to make this happen.
Yeah.
So it kind of helps to soften the blow of how slow it is.
So why should students join the kiosk?
I think the cool thing for students is it is a chance to get your voice out there.
Yes.
And to help other students that are new or aren't familiar with your particular area of study.
Mhm.
It's a communication tool.
Yeah.
It's a way to bridge the distance gap that
Yeah.
is inherent in being an online student.
Yeah, definitely.
Being an online student can be a somewhat impersonal experience, but the kiosk is going to help make it more personal.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Um, so how has developing this new site along with fellow students help you grow as a person, as a student, and as a leader?
So many ways. It's kind of like, where do I start?
Because it's kind of like you're like the leader of the team in some ways,
Right.
because you're the one that takes the initiative and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's been really helpful for me to work planning the budget
Mhm.
and learn about how to propose a project to organizations. I had to write a mission statement, which I've never done before.
It's pretty
So
cool.
yeah, it's been really cool. So the publishing aspect of it has been really interesting, and how to launch a project from the ground up.
It's kind of like an internship when you think about it. You're
Yeah.
getting like very hands-on experience.
Exactly. And hopefully I'll be able to take that experience into my new career, because I want to shift out of fashion design and into uh, entrepreneurial journalism.
Oh, awesome. Nice. So, my last question to you is, what is like your personal vision with this new site? Like, what do you hope it will bring for the students, for the community here at CUNY SPS, and that kind of stuff?
Well, kind of as I said earlier, I'm really looking to put a human face on the online experience. One of the frustrations I've had as a student has been that, I never meet my professors. I don't
Yeah.
get to meet my fellow students. And so this gives us a chance to become a little bit more personal and bridge that distance gap. So
Mhm.
people will hear my voice. I want to hear other students' voice.
Yeah.
I want to hear other professors' voices. I think it would be very interesting, and we plan to talk to faculty and talk to administration, so students can get an idea of who's behind the scenes also. Also, we've got a lot of people that don't even live in New York and don't have the ability to come to campus.
Yeah.
And so we can provide them a look into what goes on here on 31st Street.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree.
Okay, so let's turn the tables. I'm going to ask a question to you, Geraldine.
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, it won't be too tough. So, what was your favorite part about working on the kiosk?
I liked a lot of things about it. I liked working with my fellow students and getting to know them. I like that we got extra training that we wouldn't have gotten in a traditional online course setting, like photography 101 and WordPress training. So it's kind of like preparing us as professionals. And also, I integrated this into a course that I developed where I would write articles and do interviews for the kiosk. Like this interview right now is for my class. So that's another thing that I like, that it has helped me to build my professional portfolio, and that's something that other students can benefit from, the ability to show published work on the site and help build their own content and their own voice.
It's an excellent point that I didn't bring up. I totally forgot about the fact that
Yeah.
it becomes a portfolio piece. That's
It's
fabulous.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
Yeah, especially for students who are in communications. But the truth is, even students who are in business or nursing, everybody needs to be able to publicly speak.
Yeah, and everybody has something to say.
And
Yeah.
everybody needs to be able to write.
Mhm.
And at some time or another, everybody does a presentation. These are all
Yeah.
skills that we learned right on the
Mhm.
job. So that's a really awesome point.
Mhm.
Tell me a little bit more about that class.
Well, the class it's called 491, independent research class. You have to sort of create your own syllabus and write down what your goal is and sort of map out your own course, and then you would have to get approval from the academic director, as well as find a professor that's willing to oversee the class, just to make sure that you're actually doing something.
I think that's brilliant. How did you come up with the concept for that?
I didn't come up with the concept. There was already a class like that. I wasn't aware of it, honestly. I reached out to my advisor and I asked her if I could just do an internship-like course for my last class, because I thought it would be a good way to finish. And she told me that there's actually this course called 491 Independent Research Study, and that I would have to develop my plan and what I'm looking to do. So that's what I did.
That's so cool. I'm really excited that you were able to use the kiosk for that.
Yeah, it's a great platform to use, and it'll be good for you guys. That way you guys have a lot of content to start up with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
we're grateful.
It's a win-win for both. Right?
Well, I'm really glad we had this chat, and I hope that everyone out there listening will consider joining the kiosk. You heard from Geraldine, it's fun. You're hearing from me, it's fun. And it can even help you develop a portfolio, and it'll certainly help you with job skills that will translate into a successful career path.
Absolutely. And we also have free food, so.
That's
a plus.
Important point that I didn't bring up. Excellent.
All right. Thank you guys for listening.
Signing out.
Signing out.